that the gold surely, definitely will emerge in the new political play and in the great uncertainty that is beginning to cause a major outbreak for the rest of the world. As the game unfolds and as we all come to the final what would happen, I would say tighten your seatbelt, read every news you can find, pray to God. God in his infinite mercies would see us all through. But I'm very certain Nigeria will be better for it. All the investors in gold should come out smiling. Recall that in January, most especially, we spoke about gold and the expected price for gold. We thought that gold would reach $3,500 this year. I'm happy to report that not only has gold reached 3,500, it has receded, is back on its way to 3,500. I still think there's headroom now for better growth. Banks, very, very serious-minded banks, are also making very good prediction. I think gold would head more towards the 4,000, 5,000 mark if all else is not considered. But again, beware of the unintended consequences of the many actions that have been taken across the world. We'll talk about that in detail over the next 30, 40 minutes. Again, please hold on for a few more minutes so that we can resolve the little breach and be back to you. We'll start formally in 2 minutes' time, definitely. Once again, thank you all for showing up on time, and we don't take you for granted. Paul, let me yield the microphone to you just to welcome everyone for a few minutes, and then we can set up the platform correctly. Paul, please, if you could come up and just talk to the audience while we.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, my name is Emmanuel, and I'll be leading you towards this presentation. Sorry, we had a minor technical glitch in the office, so we had to rectify that before coming on board. But thank you so much for attending this webinar. I'll just resend the platforms again so everyone can join, and I'll start foremost in earnest. Thank you very, very much for inviting this presentation, and I'll lead you across.
Again, I want to thank everyone. This is our April 2025 seminar. It's going to discuss gold in the age of tariffs worldwide. We will speak extensively about what tariff means for your wealth, your current and future investments, and what people are doing while shifting from equities, bonds, and money market instruments into gold. We'll talk extensively about that in many ways. We'll try and get you to understand what a tariff is. It's not an American issue. It's part of the WTO. Do to make sure that life becomes a lot better for all of us. Because tariff is getting up there, it's becoming more and more interesting as people, nations, businesses, concerns, contracts are all reacting. When a person flies a 747 aircraft or a Boeing 787 aircraft, a wide-body jet across many miles just for delivery, and on delivery, tariff is at 125, 145%. It means your contract ab initio for the supply of the 300 bought 5 years ago, planned to use over the next 25 years. How do you break even in that kind of circumstance? So tariff is real. Tariff is here. WTO, OECD, UNCTAD, everybody is unraveling quietly, and things will try and change things around. In doing that, we are taking our time and going to showcase a bit of the many opportunities that will come our way. And again, I'll make sure that we do understand everything from every angle. I will yield the microphone once again to our COO, Paul, just to say a quick hello, and then we can start the presentation formally. Paul, over to you.
I'm also on the seminar.
I have a work webinar. I'm presenting it from 1 to 10.
I'm also running on
Good afternoon, everybody. I can hear a number of people on the line. For anybody who, just to start, can people hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you, Paul. Don't worry, we'll take care of voices that are in the background. Just continue with your opinion.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, welcome everybody to what I think is going to be a very, very interesting webinar. Given what we're seeing in the world at the moment, the amount of uncertainty that's actually going on in the world. I know from a personal perspective, a couple of weeks ago, after one of the many announcements that came out of America, I looked at my pension portfolio, at my pension, and thought, goodness me, I mean, this is what he's saying is actually costing me money. But fortunately, as part of my portfolio, I do hold an amount of gold, which helped to balance that out. So, you know, I'm just sharing this as a personal experience, because I'm at an age now where I could be drawing down on a pension, but haven't yet done so. So you know, my pension I will start drawing down maybe a year later, rather than you know, maybe in a year or two's time, just so that it gets back up to strength. But again, you know, as I say, the gold element of my portfolio has helped to balance that out. But I don't want to sell the gold. I think it's got a long way to go, and you know, I'm still looking, you know, another 5 years down the line, and seeing gold again substantially higher. So we've seen plenty of you know, a really good rise in the metal recently, perhaps with a, you know, because of this uncertainty, also a weakening dollar. But I'll pass back now to hopefully the president will get the presentation going, and it'll put a little bit more meat on the bone. But I just wanted to share that sort of recent personal experience, just to give you some idea. So if you're looking to you know, increase your or looking to put some insurance in place on your pension scheme, certainly think about gold, particularly in the medium to long term, by which I mean, you know, between two to 3 years and 10 years. I think that you'll find that it would be a good move to have some of that insurance in place. Okay, well, perhaps we'll speak again later, but until then, I'll leave you with the presentation. Thanks all.
Again, Paul, thank you very much for that quick anecdote. I'm also particularly delighted that you are kind enough to share a personal experience. That's what these seminars, webinars are for, is to show and discuss correctly in the context of the personal wealth, the national wealth, the subnational wealth, and the corporate wealth, what ought to be done for a balanced investment portfolio. Thank you also for referring to a very interesting part of life, which is what do you do during your working life that would allow you to have a safe drawdown in your retirement years. Like you rightly said, 1 year away, by the grace of God, you'll have good health to enjoy it for another 5, 10, 100 years after. And of course, you need to also send some to your great and great grandchildren so that they can remember that dad was here and invested in gold. At this time, I would hand over the microphone to Emmanuel, who would be the person taking us through. You'll hear my voice intermittently, but the idea is let's welcome all of you. So I yield the microphone to Emmanuel. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks so much, Chairman, for that opening remarks. And my name is Emmanuel. I work at Dukia Gold, and I'll be taking you through this joyful webinar titled Gold in the Age of Tariffs, Understanding Investment Shifts from Equities and Bonds. What does tariff mean, and what does investment mean, and why is gold the primary choice of investments against equities and bonds? You, however, note that I'll be making some forward-looking statements in this webinar. I'm making some forward-looking statements in this webinar, so please, I'm making some forward-looking statements in this webinar, and everything I will share here, you should please consult with your financial advisor before you make an investment decision. So we'll begin. Please, as you're coming, please mute your microphone while you're in the webinar. Are members of Dukia Gold. You heard from the chairman, the chief operating officer, Mr. Paul, and I'll also formally introduce the managing director. So we'll begin with the welcome address from the managing director. First and foremost, we'll be discussing about the aims and objectives of this presentation. We'll be discussing about, what is gold? What is gold? And what are investments? What are tariffs? And how do investments and tariffs play an important role in the allocation of assets? Second, we'll discuss Nigeria's participation in tariffs, how Nigeria's ecosystem. I know my screen sharing has stopped. I will redo that in a minute. We'll talk about Nigeria's participation in tariffs. We'll discuss how the inflows the United States government has placed tax on tariffs on Nigeria, and how that could make an important process in where we are and how we position ourselves as an economy. The next, we'll discuss about other investment assets from Nigeria and how gold has actually positioned itself as a primary investment class for Nigeria. Next, we'll discuss about how you as an investor can strategically position yourself using gold for investment purposes. How you as an investor, what kind of investment options can you use? How can you better position yourself? And how can you actually diversify your portfolio using gold as an investment tariff? We discuss changing options for bond and what the United States government has done on tariffs to make you better aligned with your investment choices. Can you all hear me?